You know that feeling? When you're scrolling, endlessly scrolling, through online listings for, like, that dream property. Maybe you're picturing yourself somewhere sunny, Marbella perhaps, terrace overlooking the Med.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see some nice places, yeah, sure. But there's that little voice, isn't there? Wondering, is this really it? Am I actually seeing the really amazing options?
Yeah, and that intuition, it's often spot on, especially when you're talking about the truly exceptional villas. The
What?
kind Marbella is famous for. The sort of properties that, well, they kind of redefine luxury. They aren't typically just sitting there on the big portals like Idealista.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where we're heading today in this deep dive. We're trying to get beyond the surface, figure out why the absolute best of Marbella real estate often exists in this more exclusive world, away from the easy-to-find listings.
Right.
Think of it like getting a peek behind the curtain, into this sort of hidden level of the property market.
Well, our guide for this is actually a really interesting piece from Elite Villas Marbella. It's called Marbella's Best Villas Aren't Found on Idealista. Here's why.
Hmm.
And it gives a fascinating look into these dynamics. Really crucial stuff for anyone curious about the top end of real estate.
Okay, so our mission today is basically to unpack why these incredible properties often stay off the main websites.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, how someone looking for that level of property, the discerning buyer, might actually get access. So yeah, get ready for some hopefully eye-opening insights into the discreet side of Marbella's luxury scene.
Right, let's start with the big question. Why would a truly stunning villa, maybe a multi-million euro place, the absolute peak of luxury,
Yeah.
why wouldn't it be all over the internet? The article boils it down to, well, one core idea: discretion.
Ah, okay.
For high net worth individuals, both selling and buying, privacy is it's often paramount.
That makes total sense when you stop and think about it, doesn't it? Like, imagine you own this incredible place, maybe that 14 million villa the article mentions, with those insane sea views and I don't know, heated infinity pool.
Mm-hmm.
You probably wouldn't want details of your private sanctuary just out there for anyone online to browse through.
Exactly. Sellers at that level, they often prefer a much more targeted approach.
Uh,
Confidential, they want to avoid, tons of calls from people who aren't serious or maybe not qualified, and just the general public attention.
right, the tire kickers.
Pretty much. And that's where specialist firms like Elite Villas Marbella, mentioned in the article, come in. They act as these trusted go-betweens. They connect these amazing properties with the right kind of buyers, all done privately, confidentially.
Okay, so it's clear why they might be kept private.
Hmm.
But what makes these hidden listings so special, beyond just the huge price tag? What really defines luxury here?
Yeah, the article gets into that. Location, obviously, is key. Prime spots like the Golden Mile, super prestigious, amazing sea views. Or Nueva Andalucia, with the golf courses and the greenery. Those are the kind of areas we're talking about.
But it's got to be more than just the postcode, right? The features sound incredible. The article talks about private gyms, wine cellars. Okay, that definitely got my attention. And even, like, modern sustainable stuff.
Yeah.
Solar panels, Tesla Starlink internet.
Right. It's this blend, isn't it? Opulence, but also really cutting-edge sustainable living.
Yeah.
These places are designed for an unparalleled lifestyle. Think rooftop terraces, maybe with hot tubs, looking out over the Med. It's about the whole experience. They're not just houses. They're like meticulously crafted environments.
Okay. So these amazing homes aren't on the usual sites. How does someone who is qualified even find them? It sounds like trying to get into some exclusive club.
Huh. Well, there's definitely an element of that exclusivity. The article really stresses the importance of the private network. This hidden market, it runs on relationships, word of mouth, within trusted circles, and the connections that these specialist agents build over time.
So it's about who you know, basically.
Pretty much, it's about having access to the right people, the right sphere.
And it's interesting what Jonathan Coronan from Elite Villas Marbella says in the piece.
Yeah.
He talks about it not just being about selling a house,
Right.
but about matching lifestyles,
Yeah.
matching dreams with these often unseen properties. That sounds like a much more personal, deeper service.
That's a really key way. It means they need a deep understanding of what a buyer really wants, their needs, their desires. Something a standard online listing, with its check boxes can never fully capture. That tailored service defines this private market.
Which kind of brings us back to the platforms like Idealista. The article isn't saying they're useless, is it?
No, not at all. It acknowledges they're a decent starting point, to get a feel for the general market out there. But their limits show up pretty quickly when you're hunting for the really exceptional, the truly unique places.
Because those big platforms, they're built for volume, right? Quantity over quality almost.
Exactly. They need lots of listings, and that sheer number can actually make it harder for the really special ones to, well, to stand out.
Yeah.
Plus, there's that common frustration, which the article points out, finding something listed, getting excited, then discovering it's already sold.
Ugh. Yeah. Happens all the time.
The private market tends to be more up-to-date, more accurate with its exclusive offerings.
Now, the article also brings up something really appealing about Marbella itself. It's not just the house, is it? It's the whole lifestyle.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of the draw. Marbella's got this unique mix, amazing nature, top-class facilities, a really vibrant social scene. You could literally start your day by the sea, play golf on a world-class course in the afternoon, and then have dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Wow, okay. You're painting quite a picture there.
It is appealing.
And it seems to attract all sorts of people. The article mentions young entrepreneurs, families, the sort of international jet set crowd. Sounds dynamic.
It really is. Whether you're into hiking in the Sierra Blanca Mountains or soaking up the glamour of Puerto Banús, there's something for everyone. That whole lifestyle package is a massive factor for people looking at luxury property there.
So within this exclusive world, how does Elite Villas Marbella fit in? The article calls them a game changer. That's a bold statement.
It is, and the article backs it up with a few things. First, their portfolio size, apparently over €1 billion worth of luxury properties. That alone tells you something about their reach.
$1 billion. Wow.
Yeah. And they seem to be embracing innovation, too. The article mentions AI for data analytics, which is interesting.
AI in real estate. How does that work?
Well, I guess it could help them match buyers to properties more effectively. Maybe identify potential buyers for very specific homes even before they hit that private market.
Okay, that makes sense. Very targeted.
And they even mention facilitating Bitcoin transactions. That's definitely catering to a modern international crowd.
Yeah, not your average estate agent.
Definitely not. And there's even that little perk mentioned, a free Tesla Starlink internet set up for buyers. It's those
Yeah.
kinds of added value things, you know?
It really shows they're thinking about the whole experience, not just the sale itself.
Yep.
It sounds like they have access to a really wide variety of these exclusive places, too.
Seems so. Whether you dream of sea views or living right next to a golf course or maybe the security of a gated community, the article suggests these options are there within their network.
They use the word sanctuaries, which I thought was quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these aren't just houses, they're spaces designed for individual needs.
Mm-hmm.
From ultra-modern to classic Andalusian style, it's about finding your place.
And another unique thing the article highlights is their focus on storytelling.
Storytelling. In real estate.
Yeah, instead of just listing features, they try to create an emotional connection. Things like really high-end professional photos, drone footage that captures the setting, even virtual tours using AirPods for an immersive feel.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Trying to give you the feeling of the place.
Exactly. Capturing the light, the flow, the views, all the subtle things that make a house feel like a home. Selling the dream, not just the bricks and mortar.
So looking forward, the article briefly mentions the future, like 2025, 2026. Sounds like the Marbella luxury market is still going strong.
Yeah, the sense is continued strength, but also evolution. There's apparently growing demand for sustainable homes, solar panels, that kind of thing, which fits with global trends.
Right. People want luxury, but also responsibility.
Exactly. And luxury properties are also seen as pretty solid investments, especially when inflation is a concern. That adds to the appeal.
I like that analogy from Jonathan Caronin again, comparing the market to seasons, but saying Marbella is like a perpetual summer for investors.
Yeah, that really paints a picture, doesn't it? Captures that enduring appeal, the consistent value.
It does. So for you listening, maybe you've been doing that endless scrolling on the big websites and you just haven't found it yet,
Yeah.
that truly special place. What's the main takeaway here?
I think the biggest thing is understanding that the very best luxury villas in Marbella, well, they often live outside those main online listings. Discretion is key in that world, and getting access usually means taking a more specialized private route.
And that's where a company like Elite Villas Marbella comes in, right? Providing that access, that connection to the hidden gems through their network and their different approach.
Exactly. Their value is in bridging that gap, connecting the right buyers with these exclusive opportunities, and offering a much more personalized journey than you'd get just clicking through a portal.
So if you have been dreaming of that extraordinary Marbella villa and the usual searches aren't cutting it, maybe it's time to look beyond the scroll. If finding these hidden treasures sounds intriguing, the article basically suggests, reaching out to Elite Villas Marbella, starting that more tailored conversation.
It really comes down to recognizing that your perfect Marbella lifestyle, that dream home, it might not be where everyone else is looking. It could just be waiting for you through the right connections.
This has been fascinating, actually. A real look behind the velvet rope of Marbella's luxury property market. It really seems like sometimes the greatest opportunities aren't found by searching everywhere, but
Yeah.
by knowing exactly where and who to ask.